Hello, good evening. Hello.
Good evening, madam.
Hi, good evening. Yesterday we could not have the lecture because from my side there was a problem. It was really raining here. Maybe due to raining, there was an error with the connection. Sorry. Anyway, today we'll start.
Okay, madam.
Okay. So, did we complete the lesson that we started last week?
No, ma'am.
Nothing remained to be completed. The whole stuff we completed. Is that so? Because I'm going to start something new today. So that is why I'm asking whether there is something to be
No,
continued.
ma'am.
Huh?
No, ma'am.
That means we completed it.
No, ma'am. We have to.
Ma'am, you have to teach the last part, ma'am. Last.
Okay. I will go to that. Let me open that also. Okay, here. What we were doing is actually language, literature, and aestheticism. Under that, we were talking about how to teach different texts, how to teach poetry, how to teach process, drama, like that. Okay, so then introduction, the objective, teaching of poetry, we discuss in the detail. And then teaching of drama, did we discuss?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so feedback, yeah. The study of contemporary English task, activities, and materials for lesson design, did we talk?
No, ma'am.
No, sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll start from here onwards. Okay. The study of contemporary English task, activities, and materials for lesson design. Okay, so then your degree program is Bachelor of Education. So in the last analysis of your degree program is to make you ready for teaching English language. Okay, so then some of you may be already teachers, and or else one day you will be a teacher. Okay, so as a teacher, you should have an idea about how to prepare tasks, activities, and materials under lesson preparation. So this is about that. Okay, we'll start doing it. Okay, just get some idea.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see. Activity or task-based method is a technique adopted by a teacher to emphasize his or her method of teaching through activity in which the students participate rigorously and bring about efficient learning experiences. Okay, it's a very lengthy sentence. Okay, you also might have heard of activity, yes, or task-based method, teaching method. Okay, so then this is a novel method actually. It's a modern way of teaching. So this method is used by a teacher in the process of teaching. So if we elaborate this actually, teacher is teaching through activities. So students will be courageously, with enthusiasm, the students will be participating in these activities. So as a result, the student will be having a very efficient learning experience. It is a child-centered approach. Okay, this approach is a child-centered approach. That rather than teacher is telling everything to the student, Students are also learning through activities. It is a child-centered approach. It is a method in which the child is actively involved in participating mentally and physically. Okay, because of task-based learning, activity-based method, the students will be participating mentally and physically. Learning by doing is the main focus in this method. Okay, the main focus of this method is learning by doing. So then when we learn something by doing, it remains in our memory very strongly. When we learn something by doing, it remains in our memory very strongly. Learning by doing is imperative in successful learning since it is well provided that more the senses are stimulated, more a person learns and longer he/she retains. I will explain that. Here the idea is when we give the opportunities for students to learn by doing, so it will be, of course, successful. Learning will be successful, and then it is well proved that more the senses are stimulated. Okay, so when they learn through activities, more senses are stimulated. You know the meaning of stimulated. So then, if I explain it further, when teacher is giving all the knowledge, the students are not using their brain capacity, cognitive skills. The students are not using. They will not be critical in thinking because everything is given by the teacher. But when teacher is allowing the students to learn through task-based method, the students' senses are stimulated. They start thinking creatively. They start thinking logically. Okay, more a person learns and longer he/she retains. Okay, so then students will be learning a lot, not only the subject matter. They know how to work together, how to organize things, how to understand things as a group. Okay, so their memory will remain for a long time. Okay, did you get the idea or should I explain it further?
We get it, madam.
You got it. I don't know, when you were schooling, you were having task-based method. But when I was schooling, I have never experienced task-based method. Okay, so then this is a very good method actually. Nowadays, of course, I know teachers will be practicing it. I will go further.
Okay, madam.
Okay. So our understanding on the activity or task-based method by now should mean any learning that is carried out with a purpose in a social environment involving physical and mental action, stimulating for creative action or expression. Okay, sometimes this language may be tough. Here the idea is activity or task-based method means any learning that is carried out with a purpose in a social environment. Okay, so then under activity or task-based method, teacher should provide very practical activities for the students. So then those activities should be the activities that students see in their social environment. Okay, for an example, the activity the teacher assigns students should be a natural one actually. It should be something familiar to them. Okay, for an example, teacher can ask them to do a role play based on certain things related to the environment. Environment in the sense, not the environment, not the narrow meaning, the social environment, where the student is living. Okay, they should be provided very practical activities. Okay, it should not be something unknown to them. Okay, so then the activity should be familiar to them. It should not be just like from another world. It should not be like that. So then activity should be planned in a way both physical and mental actions involved. And then at last, all these activities should be very creative. And the students should show their creativity in their action and expression. Sometimes it may be a role play. It may be a role play. So when they are acting the role play and when they are reading dialogues, they should be very creative. Check whether you got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hari, okay. Next. Spelling mistake is here. Oh my.
Okay, ma'am.
Hari, okay. Quickly we'll do this because it's not something difficult. The study of language and literature both can be made interesting by various tasks, activities, and materials such as the use of technology and creativity. When it comes to second language learning, that means English language learning in Sri Lanka, language and literature both can be made interesting by various tasks. When we are teaching language, when we are teaching literature, we can use various interesting tasks and activities and also materials such as use of technology and creativity. Then the students will learn better and they will be interested in learning. Here one example is given. For a young child, dramatization may be unique, quite natural and spontaneous. Okay, so with small kids, dramatization, that means acting, be quite natural and spontaneous. For instance, when she looks at a picture book, she likes to demonstrate what each of the animal in the book look and behave like. Okay. So we can ask them to act out how these animals are behaving. She likes to run or bark like a dog or moo like a cat. Okay, so these are certain acts. A pre-nursery school child may have an imaginary companion if a real one is not available. She talks to the companion, plays with him, her. Okay, so then they can talk to them they can imagine them mentally. Okay, so these are certain activities that we can do with small kids. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hari.
Okay, ma'am.
Hari. Okay. If such activities are undertaken in the classroom, there will be a great fun in learning prose, poetry, or drama. So when you are teaching literature to kids, children, if you use such activities, they will enjoy it a lot. They will have a fun. For making a clear understanding in the form of example, following two activities are being given. We'll see those activities. Okay, here there is one spelling mistake. Okay, I will show you the activity here. Hi. The activities used in this strategy can be generalized under three main categories. So then this is about task-based learning. So we can have lots of activities, we'll see them. So all these activities coming under task-based learning, we can categorize under these three. Exploratory activities, that means activities for gathering knowledge, concept, and skills. Then constructive activities, that is for getting experience through creative work. Expressional, that is for presentations. Okay, these three types of activities we can use: exploratory, constructive, expressional. Exploratory means gathering knowledge, concepts, skills. They explore them. Constructive means with the knowledge, they are constructing something. So it talks about the creative work. Expressions means students are expressing what they need. So that can be done through presentations. See here.
Okay, ma'am.
Hari, okay, we'll see steps required for effective organization of activities. Okay, organizing activities for students is not an easy task. There is a methodical order. There are many things to think. Okay, it's not simple. The first one is planning. Before you create an activity, you should plan it. Involving children in the learning process. Okay, so your activity should involve students in the learning process. Each child is made an active learner. So then because of your activity, if some students are working as active learners and some others are just idling, it should not happen. For each activity, ensure you follow the principle of what, how, whom, where, how long, what after. Okay, so then you have to think about this, what I am going to do, how I am going to do it, with whom I am going to do it, where am I going to do it, how long I am going to do this activity with students, and after the activities, what should I do? Okay, all these things should be thought by you. So what activity I am giving, how I am giving that activity, to whom I am doing this activity, where am I going to do this activity, how long this activity is running, and after the activity, what I am going to do. Ensure you give clear instructions before each activity. It must focus on the above A, B, C, D. Okay. So you have, before your students start doing the activity, you should give them clear instructions. That is the idea.
Okay, ma'am.
Hari, okay. Role of a teacher in an activity-based method. Teacher is not just a teacher. She has to play different roles. A planner, an organizer, an evaluator, facilitator, decision maker, knowledge imparter. Okay, there are many more roles the teacher should play. See this?
Okay.
Hari, okay. Teaching materials for lesson design. Teaching materials is a generic term used to describe the resources teachers use to deliver instruction. Okay, so teaching materials is a very common known term which describe the resources. Teaching materials are actually resources teacher uses to deliver instructions. Teaching aids, teaching material. Teaching materials can support students' learning and increase student success. Okay, teaching materials They are always supporting students' learning and they increase student success. Ideally, the teaching materials will be tailored to the content in which they are being used. So then before using teaching material, you have to check whether they suit the content to the students in whose class they are being used. So what you use as teaching material for small kids cannot be used as teaching material for adults. Okay, that's what you have to think about, to whom I am going to use them and the teacher. Teaching materials come in many shapes and sizes. So there are different teaching materials. But they all have in common the ability to support students' learning, whether the teaching material is big or small. There may be different teaching materials, but whatever it is, the purpose of all these teaching material is same. That is to support students' learning. So the purpose of using teaching material is to support students' learning. Is this clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Teaching materials play a central role in teaching and learning. Okay, so the teaching materials are not used in any other field. They are used in the field of teaching and learning. And as Garten and Graves says, teaching materials are fundamentals to language learning and teaching. Yeah, so if there is language learning and teaching environment, there should be teaching materials. So that is that much interconnected. But materials cannot be viewed independently of their users. Okay, but we can't separate materials from the users, the students. This assertion presents two important characteristics of teaching materials that imply their relevance in teacher education. Okay, in teacher education, teaching materials are compulsory, fundamental. They are a fundamental part of language learning and teaching, and they are dependent on their users. Okay, so teaching materials are fundamental, compulsory thing in language learning. And then the teaching material should depend on their users. That means with all the users, I mean with all the students, we can't use the same teaching material. So it should be changed according to the users. Users means both teachers and students. We'll go to the next.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Teaching materials can refer to number of teacher resources. However, the term usually refers to concrete examples such as worksheets or manipulate. Yes, it's a lengthy one. Learning tools or games that students can handle to help them gain and practice facility with new knowledge. Okay, so then when we say teaching material, thousands of things may come to your mind. But according to this term, teaching material, usually it refers to concrete examples. That means they are certain hard copies. Hard copies, we'll say like that. That means if it is a teaching material, it should be in black and white. Should be in hard format. Okay, so that's why teachers are teachers are instructed to submit their teaching material. And in foreign countries, they check what teaching materials the teachers have prepared, with what purpose they have prepared, like that. Teaching materials are different from teaching resources, the latter including more theoretical and intangible elements such as essays or support from other educators or places to find teaching material. Okay, sometimes teaching material you have to find from other educators, the teachers, they can have discussions and they can share their knowledge about teaching material. So if you are a teacher, you can discuss with other teachers what type of teaching material they are using. You can share them. Okay, so that is the idea here. Okay, so that is the end of that part. Okay, is this clear? Any question?
Understood, madam.
Or can we start a new lesson now?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, we'll start. Okay, let me share it. Okay, so this is the new lesson here. Okay, development and analysis of syllabus and textual material. We'll see what it is. And these are the areas that we are going to study. Okay, understanding the relationship between curriculum, syllabus, and textbook. Selection of materials and developing activities and tasks as per the differentiated needs of the learners. So according to different learners, sometimes the teacher has to have many teaching stuff, materials. So teacher can select the suitable one for the student. Then constructivism as a new approach to learning. moving away from rote learning to constructivism, the concept of inclusive education, teacher as a researcher and a facilitator. We'll start. Okay, just read. Did you finish reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, curriculum adaptation may be in terms of methods of, methods of presentation, display, content, etc. to enhance the learning experiences of individual learners in the classroom. Okay, curriculum adaptation, that means syllabus. That may be in terms of inside the syllabus. In a syllabus, the methods of presentation is there, the methods of display, the content, and all these things are there to enhance the learning experiences of individual learners. One of the common threads of constructivism that runs across all its definition is the idea that development of understanding requires the learner activity engaged in meaning making. Okay, so the purpose of a syllabus should be to make learners involve actively in meaning making. Okay, if there is a syllabus which does not provide students practical usage of language, that is useless. So any syllabus on second language, English language, it should be with the purpose of engaging the student in meaning making. That means supplying the real opportunities. In contrast to behaviorism, constructivism argues that knowledge is not passively received but built by the organizing subject. Okay, so let me check. Okay, okay, we are not going to discuss it in detail here. That's what I wanted to check. Okay, in this lesson, you will be talking about constructivism. Okay, so I will give you the knowledge about constructivism. It's a theory in education. Okay, in this unit, we will discuss the key aspect of constructivism and inclusive education, which when adapted in a classroom setting, the teaching learning activities and the outcome of the process of education can get more effective and efficient. Okay, so that's what you are going to discuss here. You will discuss the key aspect of constructivism. By the end of this lesson, you should have a very good idea about constructivism and many more things are there. See the objectives.
Okay, ma'am.
And so these are the objectives. Understand the meaning of curriculum, syllabus, and textbook. Understand the relationship between the curriculum, syllabus, and textbook. Define the theory of constructivism. Understand the shift of teaching process from rote learning to constructivism. Understand the role of teacher as a researcher and facilitator and inclusive classroom. Okay, so now we are going to study them. Okay, now we'll get to know about the relationship between curriculum, syllabus, and textbook. So what type of relationships are there among them? See.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. A curriculum is set guidelines that have been established to help the educators to decide on the context of a course. Okay, curriculum is really important for teachers. And because of the curriculum, teachers can decide on the context of a course. So everything is given in detail in a curriculum. It is the curriculum that gives out the course objectives. In the curriculum, the course objectives are there, the contents and method that will be used to teach. Everything is given. The topics are there, the content, and then the method that the teacher should use to teach those content, and then that will be used to teach. Therefore, it prescribes not only what should be taught or how it should be taught, but also why something should be taught. It's very interesting. A syllabus or else a curriculum will say what should be taught. What should be taught, how it should be taught, but also why something should be taught. All these things should be there. Answers for these three questions should be there in the curriculum. What should be taught, how it should be taught, why something should be taught. Okay, is that clear? Read this. Okay, did you finish reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Hari, we'll see. Curriculum is usually set out by the administration of an institute. Okay, teachers, they can cooperate in deciding curriculum that should be there, but I don't know practically how far it is happening. Otherwise, what is practically happening is curriculum is usually set out by the administration of the institute. The management will decide which curriculum we are going to implement. In government educational institutions, the curriculum may set out by the government. So in our school setup, you just imagine the curriculum is set by the government. Educators often make the syllabus using the curriculum. So curriculum is the bigger one. Inside the curriculum, the syllabus is there. Educators often make the syllabus using the curriculum. In addition, the curriculum also lets the teachers measure the effectiveness of their teaching through standardized testing. So curriculum should tell how students should be evaluated. That also should be there in the curriculum. Syllabus is a descriptive list of subjects to be covered and a summary of their content. Okay, syllabus is a descriptive list of subjects. All the subjects are mentioned there. It describes and summarizes what should be taught to the students. Okay, rather than the curriculum, the syllabus is more familiar to the teachers because it says what should be taught to the students. Now we'll see the next one. So now here you can see the difference between curriculum and syllabus.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine, okay. Okay, sometimes this note may make you confused. Even it makes me confused because we are preparing materials based on these lessons based on the material given to us by the institute. Okay, they have some prescribed syllabus, curriculum. From them only we are taking these notes. But here the syllabus, unlike curriculums, are made by individual teachers, but that may be something unfamiliar to us. As we talk, syllabus or syllabus are made not by the teachers individually. Okay, but here it says syllabus is something very small which is prepared by teachers individually. Since they are made by teachers, they can be tailored to suit the requirement of particular class. Maybe sometimes that is how these things are practiced in foreign countries. A syllabus has details such as schedule, assignment, projects, etc. So it contains information such as dates on which assignments are to be submitted, exam dates, details of projects, etc. All these information, they are there in the syllabus. Syllabus is usually accessible to students. The syllabus is given out to students at the beginning of a course. or program. So then, have you received the syllabus for this program? You don't have a syllabus, is that so?
No, ma'am.
So then particular in secondary and tertiary education, especially in secondary and tertiary education, the syllabus is given at the beginning of the program. Therefore, they can use it as a guideline for their studies. Because the students having the syllabus is also very important. Okay, we'll go to the next.
Okay, ma'am.
So here you have to understand these two separately very clearly. Essentially, a syllabus is a descriptive outline and summary of topics that are to be covered in an education or training course. Okay, syllabus is the small one. It contains the summary of topics that are to be covered in an education or training course. The syllabus will usually provide specific information about the said training course and is often drafted by the governing body or by the instructor of the course. Okay, so by looking at the syllabus, you can get an idea about that particular course. A curriculum is the set of courses. Okay, so curriculum means it's a set of courses and they are contained offered at school or university. If I give you an example, so for your program, okay, so then B.Ed program, there may be many subjects. Okay, so then there is a document about all these subjects. So that is curriculum. Syllabus means what you should taught under one particular subject. Okay, there may be a program which is running for many semesters. We'll say 4 semesters. And then within these 4 semesters, there will be different subjects you are learning. All these things are called curriculum. Syllabus means it can be narrowed down like syllabus is there for each and every subject. Each and every subject is having a syllabus. All these subjects together with syllabus will say curriculum. Is it understood? Okay, so for this subject, you have a curriculum syllabus. And for another subject, you may have a syllabus. All these things together can say curriculum. Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but in day-to-day life, we just say curriculum and syllabus simultaneously. Instead of curriculum, we say syllabus. Instead of syllabus, we say curriculum. But in broader sense, curriculum is the bigger one. Inside the curriculum, syllabus is there. We'll go to the next one.
Okay, ma'am.
Hi. So these are some definitions for syllabus. An outline or other brief statements of the main points of a discourse, the subject of a course of lecturers, the contents of a curriculum. Syllabus means that. It can be an outline or other brief statements of the main points of a discourse. The subject of a course or lecture, subject-wise, a syllabus can be there. Syllabus is a content of curriculum. Curriculum is a combination of many syllabi or syllabuses. A short summary of the legal basis of a court decision appearing at the beginning of a report case. We'll see what it is. A typical syllabus will contain information on how, where, and when to contact the lecturer and teaching assistant. An outline of what will be covered in the course, a schedule of test dates, and the due dates for assignments, the grading policy for the course, specific classroom rules. Okay, still we are trying to understand these two separately. Remember, curriculum is the bigger one. Inside the curriculum, syllabuses are there. Some spelling mistakes are there.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. The syllabus also serves as a means for the students to be aware and understanding what they will be taught in the duration of the course. Because of the syllabus, they can get an idea about within this time period, within 12 days, within 10 days, what am I going to study? So there are different purposes of a syllabus. Fair and impartial understanding between the instructor and students, such as there is a minimal confusion on policies related to the course. So because of the syllabus, there will be a very impartial understanding between the teacher and the student. Setting clear expectations of material to be learned. So student will understand very clearly what material should be used in the process of learning. Setting clear expectations of behavior in the classroom. setting clear expectations of efforts on students' behalf to be put into the course. All these things are there in the syllabus. See these things also. Okay, what is this? Okay, definitely I will share the other slides. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so then providing a roadmap of course, organization, direction, relying the instructor's teaching philosophy to the student. Okay, all these things are there in the curriculum syllabus. Providing marketing angle of the course such that students may choose early in the course whether the subject material is attractive. Okay, all these things are targeted in a syllabus. So when you apply for a program, you will be checking the syllabus. Then clarifying students' understanding of specific materials such as grading policy. Grading means how you are given marks, grades, ABC, like that. Grading rubric, late work policy, location and times, providing contact information for instructor and teaching assistants such as phone or email. All these things are there in curriculum. Okay, read these things also quickly.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I suppose here you can read and understand them. Listing material required or recommended such as textbook, assigned reading books. Then listing outside resources, important dates in course such as exams and paper due dates. All these things are there. But not in Sri Lanka, in foreign countries.
वालेकुम सलाम। era chips வேணும் எனக்கு chips வேணுமா என்ன தொடர்ந்து தொடர்ந்து பாக்குற நீங்க வரப்பட ஒண்ணாங்க இன்ஷா அல்லாஹ் ஏதா 10 மணிக்கு
Somebody's voice is heard very much.
Okay, ma'am, finished.
Hi, okay. Tips for succeeding in mastering course content such as study habits and expected time allotment, time allocation, suggested problem if applicable, necessary prerequisite. Prerequisite means what you need before. Or core request to current course. So what you should have before the program starts, what you should have while the program is going on. Safety rules if appropriate, objectives of the course. All these things are there in curriculum. See the types of syllabus.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Notional, functional syllabus, grammatical syllabus, lexical syllabus, situational syllabus, text-based syllabus, skill-based syllabus, task-based syllabus, learner-generated syllabus, mixed syllabus. There are different types of syllabi. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Your screen sharing is paused like that. It is indicated here. No problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Sorry?
Madam, we can see the slide types of syllable include. That's slide, madam.
That's what. Let me check. Okay, the cursor is not working here. Suppose now it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Okay. A curriculum is the set of courses and their content offered at a school or university. As I told you earlier, curriculum is a bigger one. The term curriculum is derived from the Latin word currere, which means to run, to proceed. Currere refers to the course of deeds and experiences through which children grow to become mature adults. That is the Latin term. There are some other definitions you see. The aggregate of courses of study given in a school, college, university. The school is adding some more science courses to its curriculum. It's a combination of different subjects, curriculum. The regular or a particular course of study in a school, college. Okay, so that is curriculum.
Okay, ma'am.
A general curriculum in the broadest sense of the word may list all courses offered at a specific school. That is that much broad. So the curriculum includes all courses offered at a specific school. Curriculum is prescriptive, which means that is issued by the governing body and lists topics that must be understood by the students at the end of the course. That I should be that. And what level to achieve a particular grade or standard. It may also refer to a defined and prescribed course of studies students must fulfill in order to complete the course. All these details are there. An individual teacher may refer to the curriculum to ensure that our lessons are covering all the subjects as required by the curriculum. Okay, it's an important document.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
the various purposes served by curriculum. Okay, so then I personally feel the same thing is repeated again and again because I just use the stuff given by the institute to prepare these slides. Okay, so then if you feel little bored, if you are confused, I am ready to prepare lessons based on my own my own idea. That means the topics will be there given by the institutes. But I can search for the relevant material by myself. Okay, so I can have the slides like that also. Which one is convenient for you?
Your slides, madam.
That's what even I feel the same thing because I was following that instruction. Okay, shall I inform them that I am preparing the slides based on what I find rather than getting all these things from the stuff given by the institute? Are you comfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Shall we
ma'am.
do? I'm sorry, then sorry in the sense I was just following the instructions. Next week onwards, I'll be having my own notes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, definitely I'll do like that. So then, because I also feel this is same thing is elaborated. Madam's one is best. Okay, sure. So then next week onwards, I will be doing lectures with my own notes. But I am following the syllabus, okay, syllabus given by the institute. Because then I feel the ideas are going to your mind very comfortably. Okay, so then if I am setting the paper, okay, so then I can do that. Okay, so next week onwards, we'll do like that. Huh? The various purposes served by a curriculum may refer to all courses offered at school, may refer to defined and prescribed course of studies. Okay, so nothing is there for me to explain. We'll go to the next one. No.
Okay, ma'am.
So from this description, you can differentiate differentiate curriculum and the syllabus. The main difference between syllabus and a curriculum is that a curriculum is more generalized or an overview of the subject or topics that the students are meant to learn. So it's broad. It is by looking at the curriculum, you can get a general idea. So what are the subjects like that. However, a syllabus is a more detailed overview of the subject of study. Syllabus is more detailed. Okay, so however, a syllabus, yeah. For example, a mathematics curriculum may list basics of algebra, basic of geometry, and basic of trigonometry. All these things are there, curriculum. While the class syllabus will list what topics will be covered under each of basic topics. But syllabus will take, there can be a separate syllabus for geometry and the separate syllabus for algebra, like that. What will be the concept the students may understand by the end of each topic? And it may even list what exercises or problems in the textbooks will be covered during class. It is like that. Hari. A textbook is a teaching tool which presents the subject matter defined by the curriculum. Okay. So in school setup also, you know, textbooks are there. These textbooks have been prepared based on the curriculum. Textbooks are generally an element in a large instructional design. Textbooks are usually part of a pedagogical design. Pedagogical means teaching design. The meaning of pedagogy is teaching. It can be the centerpiece of a course syllabus. It can be used for self-study. Teachers can assign just part of reading. Textbooks are used by the students for self-studies. Teachers can assign just parts of reading from the textbook.
Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay, textbook. Textbooks are also part of a curriculum. Function of the textbooks and ways they are written differ a lot within the few cultural systems. Okay, so then the textbooks used in Sri Lanka is associated with Sri Lankan culture. The textbooks used in England, United Kingdom, they may tally with the cultural systems of England. It's like that. In the US, in particular in so-called teaching universities, the textbook is at the center stage. So even in universities, the higher education places also, the textbook plays a major role, center stage. It duplicates in a way the teacher. So then textbook can be used instead of a teacher. It is since means as because it has a lot of built-in pedagogy, teaching, and since chapters must be read in linear fashion. Linear means one after the other. There is a methodical order.
Okay, madam.
In Germany, Switzerland, and France, in the normal university system, there are few textbooks. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, in Sri Lankan university system, there are no textbooks. Students are exposed to more lecturing and therefore many more teaching hours per week. Supplementary reading is often optional and concerns both introductory books or academic literature. There is a tradition of the pedagogical manual or instructional book. Interestingly, the Wikipedia textbooks translates in French to school manual. Okay, just like that. Okay, along with the textbook. So here the ideas are very simple, but unnecessarily they are elaborated. That is the problem. So textbooks, here the meaning is textbooks are for the students. Teacher's guide, pedagogical manual or instructional books means teacher's guide. They are for the teacher. They both should be there. Students should be having their textbook. Teacher should refer to teacher's guide, instructional manual to teach the children. Okay, read this also. Okay. Uses of textbooks. The question is how teachers and students make sense of the textbook within the context of wider learning environments and what function it has in relations to the other teacher, materials and other learning activities. Okay, textbook should be spoken with reference to teacher materials, other learning activities, like that. Okay, the textbook cannot be the only source. Along with the textbooks, learning activities should be planned, a teacher material should be planned. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, madam.
Ari, from the teacher's point of view, examples as major teaching aid with a lot of built-in pedagogy, example, review questions, self-assessment and work class. And to help teacher, so then this is textbook is a major teaching aid. Okay, that is one meaning. Textbook is a major teaching aid. And then it helps the teacher prepare a class and also to recover from not so efficient lecturing. As reading assignment to cover specific concept. Textbooks can be used as a reading assignment, as an object for reading assignment, as supplemental reading for various purposes. Example, to help with term projects, to help preparing an exam, as references. We'll go.
Okay, madam.
Okay, sorry, I was reading, but it is muted. Constructivism as a new approach to learning. Constructivism has emerged as one of the greatest influences on the practice of education in the last 25 years. Okay, so I don't know, this book is without giving an introduction about constructivism, this stuff. We'll see whether it is there. Otherwise, I thought of explaining it. Okay. Practice in education in the last 20 years. The constructivism, the theories, the ideas came from constructivism is practiced in the last 25 years. Teachers have embraced constructivist-based pedagogy. Pedagogy means teaching with enthusiasm that is rare. Okay, so the teaching based on constructivism, it was welcomed by teachers. For many teachers, the focus on constructing meaning in the teaching learning process resonates with prior belief because constructivist-based student instruction firmly places educational priorities on students' learning. Okay, here shall I explain about constructivism? Otherwise, it is useless to know. So then there are different theories coming to the field of education. Before constructivism, it was passivism. Passivism. So according to passivism, the educators, they believe students are students' heads are empty vessels. So when they come to school for learning a language, their heads are empty vessels. The teacher's task is to fill these empty vessels using the knowledge they process. That means teachers are considered as knowledge givers. Teacher's task is to fill these empty vessels. Empty vessels means the brains of students. Fill these empty vessels with knowledge. That was the belief under passivism. As an opposing idea to passivism, constructivism came. So according to constructivism, students are not considered as empty vessels anymore. That means constructivism accepts that students are not empty vessels. When they join school system, their heads contain certain things. That means their heads are not empty. They contain certain knowledge. The task of the teacher is to construct new knowledge on the existing knowledge. Is it clear to you all? Under passivism, they believed students' heads are empty vessels. And these empty vessels are filled by the knowledge of the teachers. But constructivism, they said, students' heads are not empty vessels. When they join school, they contain certain knowledge, maybe obtained from their parents, the relatives, the environment. So what teachers are doing is actually constructing new knowledge on the existing knowledge. The theory of constructivism is a very, very important advancement in the field of education. And we'll see whether constructivism is given in detail here. Just discuss. Okay, did you finish reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Honey. A theory of learning that describes the central role that learners' ever transforming mental schemes play in their cognitive growth. Okay, so here it talks about the central role that learners' ever transforming mental schemes play in their cognitive growth. So in the process of education, what we expect is actually a cognitive growth, brain growth, thinking growth. Constructivism powerfully informs educational practice. Okay, so then constructivism support this cognitive growth because they don't consider students as empty vessels. So they think students, they process some knowledge when they enter school system. Education, however, has deep roots in other theories of learning. Not only passivism, constructivism, there are many more theories in the field of education. This history constrains our capacity to embrace the central role of the learner in his or her own education. Okay, so this constructivism puts the learner in the center of learning process. We must rethink that very foundations of schooling if we are to base our practice on our understanding of learners' needs. Okay, so learner needs should be understood. And that will be the very foundation of schooling. And we'll see what is next. Sorry. Okay, let me check how many stuff is there. Constructivism in education. Sorry, okay, few more slides, but still. Okay, shall we do something like this? I feel so this lesson is very much confusing if I show you the stuff which I took this from. Yeah, let me show it to you. Yeah, wait, it is getting started. Okay, wait. Have you received this stuff? Yeah, now check me whether you have got this from the institution. Have you got this? Yes or no?
Yes, madam.
You have this.
We can see the LMS, madam.
That's one. Okay, so then that day you talk about, some of you talk about LMS. Can you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so then I thought, some of you were asking whether what you are doing is they are in the LMS. Then I searched what this LMS. Then I got this document, and based on this only the today's lesson was prepared. But when I am doing the lesson, I feel according to your reaction, you are also not comfortable with this. Is that so? Hello, Mehmad?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Little bit
Yes.
confused.
Okay. So then if so, I will do something like this. So here there are some topics just like this. And I will be covering these topics. Okay, this is just an example. But I will be explaining the stuff, the what should be covered under these topics in simple way using my own notes. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, then next day we'll continue like this. So then, if possible, if we can go quickly, I will redo the session which I do today. For that, we need to save time. Okay, then until that, shall we stop? I feel it's very boring to continue like this. What's your opinion?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I
Okay,
can wait for another 9 minutes. That is not the matter, but it's not effective as I feel. Even I don't like this note actually. That is another one. Okay, shall we do like that?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, sure. But anyway, I will be sharing this note also with you. But next time as early, how we did. So we will be understanding these topics in a simple way. Okay, anyway, the knowledge should go to you. We'll do like that. Okay, so then we'll wind up the session for today.
Okay, ma'am.
Are you okay? Then good night.
Good night,
Thank
ma'am.
you, madam.
Okay.
Good night, madam.
Okay.